Perché l'uomo corre verso la rovina? Perché la rovina lo affascina tanto?
Ti ho fatto una domanda, Oscar. Il tuo fuoco brucia ancora.
Non potevo vivere senza l'atmosfera dell'amore. Io devo amare ed essere amato, qualunque sia il prezzo da pagare.
The Happy Prince is your passion project. How do you feel now that the public is watching the movie after all these years?
I feel very excited, and very excited that Italy is the first country that it's coming out in. I think that's great for me, and it's amazing to have got through all these years, made a film, and for people to see it.
You are not only a very talented actor, but you are an icon of style. And can you tell me something about the physical transformation for this role, for showing Wilde in his last days?
Well, the main problem was he was much fatter than I was, so I had to try and design myself a body that was like Oscar Wilde's, more like an elephant, and I got this amazing, there's an amazing man in London who makes suits to wear, but they have all different parts that move in different ways, stomachs, breasts, bottoms, and everything else, and that was really the start. And I had an amazing hairdresser and makeup artist, and we made special teeth that slightly fattened out my face. So, and then wigs, very thin wigs, so that you could see my bald head underneath. And then it was all kind of organized, really.
I was struck by the grotesque details of illness, of the situation in which Wilde lived in the last part of his life. How much was important for you the reality of the situation?
I think the reality for me is quite important. One of the great parallels for me in the story of Wilde is also the story of many friends of mine in the early 80s who succumbed to the HIV virus and AIDS. And so one of the things I found remarkable about the story, this story of Wilde's famous deathbed, is it was so similar to various situations that I'd found myself in with friends dying. And so in one sense, the whole film is really this deathbed scene, a scene happening when someone's dying. And it felt to me that it was right to have the actual illness and the operation in it. I hope it was right. I know these things can be difficult, but at the same time, I found that the most remarkable thing about being friends with people who got very ill is how once things that you couldn't imagine watching or being near suddenly became a matter of need, and everybody managed to cope in some way. So I was anxious to try and see if I could make that work on the screen.
Which was the most difficult scene to shoot?
Well, I suppose just towards the end, really, everything was difficult because we were all very tired, and you know, you need to have as much of your brain working if you're doing a job as a director and an actor and a producer and keeping everything together. And I think tiredness really was the most difficult thing towards the end of the shoot. We moved countries 4 times, and that was quite tiring. So none of the scenes in themselves were difficult. We prepared very well, and I had a great director of photography, and he was like a big rugby player, and he literally took me through like a ball.
Which will be your future as a director after this movie?
I think we have to wait and see. I would love to have a future as a director, but I do realize that I'm quite old to be starting off in a new business, and this business particularly now is very, very tough one. It's not quite the fun that it used to be. You have to really work hard to get it moving, and so I'll see what happens. If it goes on. I would love to. I have tons of ideas, and but I have to wait and see.
You have a strong relation with Italy. You work with many Italian directors, but everybody remembers you for Della morte dell'amore. What do you remember of this movie? Why, in your opinion, is in the heart of people?
Well, first of all, because Dylan Dog was such a iconic fumetto, and I think that what was really astounding about Della morte dell'amore, which was made before CGI and all these new things that you could use. It was a beautifully imagined film of a cartoon. They really, Gianni Romoli and Michele Soavi really made the images beautifully, and so I think it's a great film, to be honest. A wonderful Italian horror film.
And now you are shooting a series that is an adaptation of a very famous Italian novel. Can you say something about it?
Yes, I'm playing the Inquisitor in The Name of the Rose, which is another very great role, and very interesting in terms of being an actor, going from something like Oscar Wilde, somebody like Oscar Wilde, to Bernard Gui, who is a really hardline, reactionary Catholic in the Dark Ages.
Last question is a little bit silly. My favorite scene with you is when you sing Barbaccara to Julia Roberts. What do you remember of Best Friends Wedding?
Everything I remember. It was a great period for me. I made very good friends with the director, and it was a very close group of actors, and the film was obviously, for me personally, a great success. So I remember it with a great deal of affection.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
La sofferenza è nulla quando c'è l'amore. L'amore è